So the talk today is Hearts Ablaze. So what on earth does that mean? Well, we are feeling beings, and we think. And as we allow the fire of love, the fire of spirit to move us, we rise to new levels of joy, love, and alignment with spirit. And that is a powerful, powerful place to be. As we begin to recognize the way we think and the things that excite and delight us, if we can tap into that and then move our lives more in alignment with that universal call that is within us, that divine essence or presence that is always there, always speaking to us, giving us messages through our body, through our thinking, it is a powerful, powerful way to live. And when I think about Hearts Ablaze, I think about excitement and enthusiasm and all this goodness coming together to create this very big and powerful opportunity for living. And it doesn't matter what we do, we can make a joyful impression on what we're doing simply by the thoughts that we think. We can have all the words and all the information, all the intellect crammed full of facts, but it is our feeling heart that is the true source of power, that one power moving through us. So as we're moving along, what we really want to do is tap into that, to awaken that, allow that. And that can only happen if we are fully present in the now moment and allowing ourselves to appreciate. The song Thank You talks about, thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this life, for this joy. All of it is part of this one thing. And we have the ability to think a thought and have it manifest. And it might manifest as feelings of joy and happiness, or it could be feelings of sorrow and pain. We can have old memories running a loop in our mind. Why did this happen? Why did this person do this? Why did that happen? Why did this? We can ask all these whys, but we're not going to get an answer to any of them. What we want to do instead is drop our awareness from head to heart. And from that place of love and possibility to create from within what it is that we believe represents the fullness of our life. We all have this within us. And I know we can get all caught up in despair, disillusionment, and even disbelief. But if we can catch that divine spark, it will let us sort of move that fog out of the way, that belief in separation, that illusion, and it will light within us and rekindle what's already there, that heart ablaze, that will be rekindled, and we'll find we have new vigor and inspiration, new excitement and zeal. Everything changes in the moment that we really acknowledge and accept that I am the divine, and I am powerful, and I am creative, and I am intelligent, and I allow myself to be heard, to be seen, to be received in the world as I am, a feeling being who thinks. A feeling being who thinks. As we begin to explore our emotions, as we begin to explore the way we feel about life or people, we begin to see how those thoughts, especially the ones that are kind of ingrained, we see how those thoughts are creating our life. And we may not like the results. But here's the thing. If we don't like what's happening around us or happening through us or happening to us, it never happens to us. It always happens through. But if it feels like it's happening to us, we have an opportunity to think in a new way. I remember years ago having a difficulty with one of my sisters, and it happened that we worked together, that we sat across from each other every day. And we did not speak to one another for a very long period of time. think it might have been like 6 months. And I was having trouble sleeping. So my doctor suggested that I go see a psychiatrist because maybe that person could help me to see why I'm stuck, why I can't sleep. So we start talking, and I'm like, oh, life is good, but, you know, saying everything is perfect, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden he looks at me and he says, you know, what the hell are you doing here wasting my time? If your life is so perfect, you have no need for me. And at that moment, I burst into tears, and the awareness of what I was actually feeling around my sister and I not being able to talk was huge. I was deeply and profoundly hurt by the fact that we could not communicate. And so we talked all this through, and then he gave me a little task. And he said, what I want you to do is every time you think of her, think loving thoughts. And when you see her, always see her in a loving, loving way. And he said, you need to love her. And I said, but she was the one who caused the problem. And he said, and you're the one who's here. So I want you to think loving thoughts. So the next day I go to work and I'm in the coffee room and I bring her a cup of coffee as well as one for myself, which is a loving act, and said, good morning, here's your coffee. And in that instant, our relationship was transformed back to one of loving sisters. I was very disappointed that I had to go back to the psychiatrist the following week and tell him he was right, because I was pretty certain he was going to be wrong. But the power of love, the power of intention, changes everything for us. And if we can begin to live from that understanding, live in that way, what happens very quickly is that we begin to experience greater and more beautiful things. But when we've got that story running, or when we're feeling like it's all your fault, so I'm not going to talk to you, when we got that running, what happens is we're trying to separate, we're causing pain for ourselves and others, and we have the power to do it differently. We all do. Every person on the planet has that power to do it differently. And when we choose to do it differently, then that is a whole new experience. In The Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes wrote, that which is felt cannot be taught, while that which is taught can be felt. So the idea of feelings is so powerful. And when we do spiritual mind healing work, when we do our treatment work, we need to be in that place of our oneness with the divine. We need to be in that place of feeling the fullness, feeling the joy, feeling the light, the love. We need to be in that place when we go to do any spiritual healing work. And this work is really quite simple. We begin by recognizing this one power, knowing that it is powerful, that it is all-knowing, and that it is everywhere present equally. So what does that mean to me? Everywhere present equally. Well, it means it's right here. It means it's with you. And it's not just with us, it is actually being us. We, you know, this divine spirit is one thing. And we live, move, and have our being in it. So when we're doing spiritual healing, we must have a concept of that if we would like it to be successful. We need to be in that place of presence, power of the divine. It's right here where I am. That is the beginning of a spiritual mind healing treatment. And we do those treatments to change conditions. And conditions come from our conscious and subconscious thoughts, feelings, beliefs. And really, it's the belief that we have, that solid belief within us, that is the creator of it. So we want to flip it. So we start with this beautiful awareness of the divine. And then we recognize that we are one with it. And in that oneness, the power of the divine is my power. So for me to play small or think I'm irrelevant or to have challenges, it really, truly is a waste of time. Because it's not true, it's a lie. We have told ourselves stories from the time we were little based on the information we received from the outside that came in. What we want to do instead is wipe that clean and go, wait a minute, let me start over. Well, I don't want to go back to babyhood, but let me start over in my belief system. Let me start over in my awareness of who and what I am. Let me start over and become that which I actually am, to begin to celebrate the uniqueness that I am, to celebrate the uniqueness that you are. We are all created unique and special. We're all created powerful and divine. And we have the ability to know whatever it is that we need. So we start by realizing the power of the one, and then we acknowledge that it's being us, we're it. And then we go into the, whatever it is that we want to change or alter, in our lives. And in that place, we do a realization of the truth of all of this. That this power is all powerful, all knowing, and everywhere present equally. So that means it's here. I am one with it. It is in that oneness that what I know now is that I am love. I am joy. I am the peace and fulfillment of life itself. I am successful and dynamic in my work, in my relationships. I love my life. I am abundantly prospered with all good things. And we feel the energy of that. I am joyful. I am peaceful. I am calm. I am centered. I am joyous and exhilarated. I am ready. I live in the fullness of spirit now and always, and my life moves with ease, with joy, and with grace. Oh, and that feels so good. And then we go into a gratitude step where we're going to talk about all of the things that we mentioned earlier. Talk about the gratitude of being alive, the gratitude of feeling love and joy and peace, feeling inspiration and exuberance and delight. To be in that place of gratitude is so wonderful. I am so grateful for who I am. I'm so grateful for what I know. I'm so grateful for this journey called life. And then, of course, we have to release all of it, and we release it into the universe. We let go and let it be, because we know it's done. And so it is. We do that release. Now, in doing all of this, what we're doing is we're changing our mindset. We're beginning to create from a new place. We're beginning to see ourselves truthfully as who we really are. We're no longer waiting, yearning, and wanting. We are creative, dynamic beings with our hearts ablaze with love, moving through each day in a continuous flow of this universal one. You see, life isn't happening to us. It happens through us. And the way it happens comes from the way I think. And one of the things that Ernest Holmes wrote in The Science of Mind, he said, it's one thing to intellectually know something, but until it's felt, until there is emotion, passion, and conviction added, the words and ideas are empty of animating power. Yeah. There's no power in the, my new car is here today. There's no power in that. There is power in, I am delighted, excited, and ready to drive. I feel the beauty of this new vehicle, and I am so excited to take it on the road and to journey through my days with ease and grace as I have this car at my disposal. everything I need everywhere I go, on time, every time. So we begin to talk about the feelings of this. You know, I feel so excited and delighted. I'm happy and joyful. And that's where that energy infuses the words that we speak. Ernest Holmes also said the essence of spiritual mind healing or treatment as being the feeling which the practitioner or minister has and brings. Feeling can't be taught, only felt. And so we really want to remember that as we begin to free ourselves of the ties that have held us down emotionally and allow our true self to fully, vibrantly express, we bring more of the fire of the divine into our expression of living. And the core emotion, of course, is love, which is the nature of spirit. And love is the central flame of the universe, the very fire itself. Love is self-givingness through creation, the imparting of the divine through the human. So we can impart that energy of love. And we begin within ourselves to see ourselves in a new way, to love ourselves for who we are and where we are. And as we let this divine life and love express through us, we embody and manifest the divine nature in our lives. We literally love what we truly desire into existence. So whatever is going on, whatever we're experiencing in the world, and whatever it is we want to change or alter, fix, I mean, nothing's broken, but sometimes we think it is. So as we move into moving that through, it allows us to begin to create with a deep power that might seem absolutely magical. But it's not magic. It is actually the natural flow of the universe. It is our direction, which is in harmony with our life and all life. And so it manifests quickly. I invite you to really think about that, to think about what it is you truly want in life, and to ask yourself, maybe, why don't I have that yet? When I come to know that I am a divine creative being, fully infused with the power and presence of the One, of course I can create. Why couldn't I? It's a powerful thought to sit in this awareness that within me there is something brilliant. Within me there's something creative and intelligent. Within me there's something that knows the best path forward, knows the way to get where I want to go. There's this power within that knows this. But what do we tell ourselves a lot? Well, I don't know how to do this, or I don't know how to do the next step. I don't know. Do we do that? Well, it's a lie. Because at some level we do know. We've simply forgotten. And so we want to change that phrase to I am the divine. I am expressing my gifts and talents. I am alive and vibrant. I am excited and filled with zeal, enthusiasm. I am moving forward in my life in ways that are mystical and appear magical, but I know it's just the flow of the universe, and I'm in it, having that experience. And when we do that, it is incredibly remarkable. All of it is spectacular. But getting there, getting to that place where we actually believe that we are divine beings, that we have the ability to know, that we are one with this divine presence. For us to get there, sometimes it takes a minute. But I invite you to work on it. I invite you to go there, to feel that energy, that vibrance, to feel that power and presence. Because in doing that, you've given yourself a remarkable gift. You've given yourself the gift of life. Yeah. Love is the central flame of the universe, the very fire itself. Love is self-givingness through creation, the imparting of the divine through the human. And it's for all of us. It's not for some. It's not for the person who didn't have a glass of wine last night. It's not for the person who woke up with a hangover this morning. It is for them. It is for everyone. It's coming to realize that whatever is going on in the world, whatever is going on around us, love is the answer. And what I mean by that is to drop our awareness from head to heart, to begin to live from that heart space, to celebrate day by day and moment by moment the beauty of life. And as we focus there, because we know what we focus on grows and expands, as we focus on it enough, we begin to believe it. And as we believe it, we begin to manifest more and more, and to do it quite quickly. In the writings of Helen Keller, she said, life is either a daring adventure or nothing. Is your life a daring adventure? Are you standing out and proud and loud and full of life and vigor and vim? And if not, why not? And, you know, you think about the reasons why we don't say something in a big crowd, or why we don't want to stand on that stage and give a big speech. Part of it is fear of disapproval. We want people to like us. It's this energy that we want to heal so that we can move into what it is we're here to do. We can begin to create. Life is what it is. It is beautiful and flowing and joyful and violent and chaotic. It's all of that. Life includes death. In fact, none of us are getting out without it. Everything is working together. Everything in life appears for a while and then recedes back into the mystery. And we are expressions of life, evolving from unconscious to consciousness. It is only when we strive for life, trying to control it, trying to make it into our image and likeness, that we experience real pain and struggle. It's about knowing I'm one with the one. And when we live at that lowest level of consciousness, viewing life as something happening to us, we feel helpless, like helpless victims. And with all that struggle and pain, we close off our hearts, trying to intellectualize our way through a controlled life. We can't control the universe any more than we could push water uphill. Right? If I stand there with my hands and I'm trying to push the water up the hill, or I'm trying to push the river in a new direction, not going to happen. I'm unable to do that. We cannot control the universe. We can, however, control our thinking. And as we learn to flow with life, to release and let go, we feel safe enough to allow our hearts to open. Richard Bach wrote in the book Illusions, he describes a group of creatures who live clinging tightly and desperately to rocks in a stream. One finally decides to let go. At first, they're battered and bumped against the rocks, but soon they learn to flow with the stream. So as we've learned to flow with the river of life, we can discover freedom and joy. We begin by a willingness to open our hearts up again, to let go of clinging to our hurts and wounds. That can be a tough one sometimes. We stop defining ourselves by our woundedness and begin to define ourselves by our aliveness. and our passion. Then instead of life happening to us, life is happening within and as us. It's powerful. That's when we can really live with excitement and delight. So as we recognize that we are manifestations of love, immersed in a feeling of infinite love, not only do we feel safe, but we even let go of seeking safety and instead come out and play. Wouldn't that be wonderful to come out and play? To let your joyful, exuberant, excited self be out in the world as who you truly are? Audre Lorde said, when I dare to be powerful, to use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I'm afraid. I love that. Audre Lorde also reminds us, your silence will protect you. Your silence will protect you. My silence will protect me. And the fact that our playing small serves no one, including ourselves. Spirit is the constant, infinite self-givingness, blazing its essence into form eternally. And as we take time to release old fears, hurts, beliefs, and superstitions that have haunted us for lifetimes, and as we connect even more deeply with the spirit within and all around, our hearts will be ablaze with life and love. At the age of 93, Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity, said, I fairly sizzle with zeal and enthusiasm and spring forth with a mighty faith to do the things that ought to be done by me. If we listen, we will hear what it is that is ours to do. We will know what our next step is. We may not know beyond that, but we will know what step we need to take. So let your heart sizzle with zeal and be ablaze with the love and the joy of spirit. Allow it to express through you as you begin to let go of any pain or any discomfort or any judgment or criticism. Let it go and drop your awareness into your heart space and feel the love that emanates from it. Let us join together in consciousness. In this divine and loving space, I enter an awareness and an understanding of the divine. I feel the energy of life itself within me, moving through me, exciting and delighting me moment by moment as I realize I am one with this divine presence. And it is in that oneness that I feel a sense of liberation and excitement, a sense of peace and joy. And I move forward with love and grace and goodness. And I know without a doubt, my life, my world is all doing well. And for that, I am truly, truly grateful. And I release these ideas into the law, knowing all is well. And so it is. And thank you. Well, it's now that time in the service when we have an invitation to support this spiritual center with your donations. That is how we support everything we do, is through the donations of everyone who attends. So I am so grateful you're here, and let us join together in the abundance affirmation. As I give, so I receive. My good now flows to me in a steady, unbroken, ever-increasing stream of success, happiness, and abundance. I am blessed. Blessings abound for all life everywhere. I am grateful. And so it is. And of course, there's a number of ways you can give to CSL on the Lake. You can send an e-transfer to admin@cslonthelake.com, or you can go on our website and click cslonthelake.com. And you can also mail a check or drop it off or drop off cash. Any of that's possible to 20 Bonnie Lynn Court in Toronto. M1K3A4. And we are deeply grateful for every donation. And of course, you receive a tax receipt at the end of the year. We send them out in February, and you'll be able to claim that on your taxes. So that's a good news.